to the commercial review with Creep and Khaos. So we've both been watching a lot of sports lately. You know, and you tend to see a lot of the ads over and over again.
Yes.
Your thoughts on some of them?
First thing that comes to mind, Toyota trucks. Well, all right. Let me just preface this by saying, I realize car commercials are incredibly expensive. I know how much these things cost, production costs, talent, blah, blah, blah. But some of these things I just don't think are feasible. Number one, the contraption with the giant swingy arm things.
One's going one way, one's going the other
way.
way.
Right, that just barely misses the truck. Absolutely ridiculous. And I think there's another one where they flip the trucks upside down.
See, as an engineer, I appreciate these. I think they're well
obviously
thought out, graphically fancy, these big contraptions. It just seems cool. And overall, like, I like the, Ford, Toyota, they do this engineering aspect of the truck. Oh, our frame, it bends around this thing. Oh, we can stop. I like that.
All right, Johnny Erector set.
Okay, well, to contrast it, the other big truck company, Chevy, has the most annoying, overplayed commercials ever. And it's the same song. It's been the same song for like 2 years. That "This Is Our Country" song.
Yeah.
I'm tired of it. I'm burnt out on that freaking song. I don't know why they can't do something cool like the other trucks.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you there. Some companies just don't know when to call it quits with these campaigns, with these taglines and the songs. It gets old, but one company, a company I'm quite fond of actually, and I believe you are as well, Nike, actually just went to a new agency within this past year to produce its line of running shoes, the Nike Plus running shoes.
I've heard.
They switched from White and Kennedy and they went to Crispin Porter Boguski and went with a new direction. And reading this online, I got really excited because I've always liked Nike commercials, I've always liked their advertising, I've always liked Nike products. I'm what you'd call a brand loyalist to them, so I'm really pumped about this commercial.
Now, when did they switch? What was have they already put out a commercial with the new agency?
This is
the running commercial.
Yeah, the running commercial.
Is that the first one?
Right. This is the big first one that they debuted, and it got a lot of press in the industry and outside. And I have to say, I was incredibly disappointed, and that's an
I would have to agree. I would have to agree. And now, granted, I think we're putting them on a certain expectation pedestal.
Well,
where, as an overall commercial, it probably was pretty good. The part where
it was cool, but it was.
I was disappointed too.
Well, here's my problem with it. They went out and got a whole new agency. I'm sure they've spent a ton of money on it, and they basically made the same commercial they've been making for the past 15 years. The commercial features, if you haven't seen it, a kid, like a barbarian kid running through battle. Another one has it in an old western setting, some sort of vigilante or like a thief or something running from an angry mob. Then there's another one where there's like some kind of homeless thug running from a cop in current times. Then it switches to a fat guy on a treadmill. Okay, that's pretty cool. It was building the drama, and then they cut to this like fruity little dance song, and all these idiots running in Nike gear.
It
and I just
had
like,
something going. Yeah,
they definitely had a good concept working, and they just totally dropped the ball. I was just highly disappointed.
You know what commercials I like? The new PlayStation commercials, which you hadn't seen that many of lately. Now you're an Xbox guy, I'm a PlayStation guy, so maybe we have different opinions. But you hadn't seen that many PlayStation ads yet, especially since it's been around for like a year, the PS3.
Right.
And this new ad where it like shows that there's all this stuff coming out of the box, and it's showing clips of games, clips of movies, this other stuff that you can do on the PlayStation Network, and it's all like the cool music.
I really like the graphic design element.
It's a cool commercial. I think it's a good commercial as far as competing against the other video game things.
Definitely.
I think it's pretty cool.
Definitely.
Yeah. What else? What's some of the? Okay, I see this one all the time. Verizon, all the phone commercials during the sporting event. Verizon. I'm so tired of that guy.
That guy in the glasses.
Can you hear me now, guy?
Yes.
With the glasses and the gray suit.
He's got to go.
Yeah, it's like he's been around for years, and it's just like find something out.
Yes.
Verizon. As many commercials they do, they don't have an ad agency that can't like create a whole new commercial once every couple of years.
Yep. Beating a dead horse.
Yeah.
And I hate to use cliches, but this is definitely applicable to this campaign. I mean, they've run into the ground. That guy.
But I have to say, if you think about it, all the different phone companies, they all have all these commercials, and all the commercials are highlighting different phones and functions and services. I really can't name other phone commercials and actually tell you which phone it's for. or which company, except for Verizon. That's the only one that it annoys me, but at least I can.
I can, and here's what I'm going to come at you with: a commercial I bet you're sick of seeing, or a campaign, rather, for the Apple iPhone.
I'm not sick of it. Not sick of it.
I'm sick of it. That. When I hear that, it's worse than waking up to the alarm. It is worse than the alarm. I want to rip my ears off and then eat them. It's so
Apple commercials,
irritating.
all the Apple commercials in general irritate me a little bit, but I think the iPhone, I would put them above the rest of them. I haven't seen enough of them, maybe 4 or 5. They're kind of, there's different ones. They got the black background. Is that the one you're talking about, the people in front of the screen, or are you talking about the one where it's just showing the iPhone?
I'm talking about both of them, but specifically the first one that came out with the black background and they're just holding the phone and showing the different features.
See, now, that one, I don't feel like it was long enough, and the other one's entertaining, with the music and the phone turning. I don't know.
I can't say too much because I own the phone and I'm going to produce this video on an Apple computer, so can't complain too much. Gotta like technology.
Well, I'm not an Apple guy, so I can't complain. But I'll tell you what, the iPhone commercials, I'd rather see those 100 times rather than watch that stupid one with I'm a Mac and I'm a PC. I just don't like commercials that take shots at the competitor. The Miller Lite, Bud Light thing, same thing. You know what? Take the high road. Give me something entertaining. Don't sit there and tell me I'm an idiot for having a PC.
Especially using that.
That I'm ugly or something.
That idiot from what was that movie? Dodgeball. That kid.
That guy was in Dodgeball. Oh, the kid that was also in Die Hard.
Yeah, Die Hard.
He's probably the most popular part of the thing, just because people know who he is.
I hate that kid.
I hate the ugly guy that's supposedly a PC.
And that's another thing. Tired of ugly people in commercials. I know we're trying to get more down to earth. We're trying to shed the whole, beautiful people, paper thin models, just unrealistic stereotypes of how we should look. But at the same time, if I'm watching TV, I want to see some hot chick. I don't want to see some ugly chick or some fat chick. I want to see some good-looking people on the commercials.
That's a good point to wrap it up. I think, truthfully, that's what commercials should be for. Nobody wants to see ugly people. And the thing is, I think it's kind of this our society's so superficial. We shouldn't have to put a commercial with people. You have to. You really do.
The very fact that you're making a commercial is superficial. So if you're going to make the commercial, just go all the way and put a good-looking person in it.
Couldn't agree more. Okay, well, join us next week for something else.
All right.
Ball bound. That was good.
And
it might be a little long.